Hello everybody, this is Josh, and today we'll be looking at LEGO Marvel Superhero Set number 76108, Sanctum Sanctorum Showdown, with 1,004 pieces retailing for $99.99 in the United States and released in 2018 to coincide with Marvel's Avengers Infinity War. I am very excited to take a look at this Sanctum Sanctorum set, especially because it is based on one of my favorite Marvel movies, Avengers Infinity War. This set contains a detailed and versatile build as well as 5 minifigures with important characters from the movie, both heroes and villains. The building is one part Doctor Strange Sanctum Sanctorum and the other is Peter Parker's apartment on top of the pizzeria. Both sides include engaging and unintrusive action features. But first, we need to take a look at the minifigures in a little bit more detail. The first minifigure that we're going to be looking at is Iron Man Mark 50. I watched the movie before doing this review, so everything is fresh in my mind, and I can tell that the detailing on the torso and the legs for this Iron Man minifigure, it's actually pretty good. The silver and gold accents work really well. The helmet is the helmet that we've seen for a long time now with these sets based on the movies. Iron Man has Tony Stark's face on the head, one of the two prints that the head has, and the other side of the head has Tony Stark's face, a little bit more matte, with the heads-up display for his suit. I think that this minifigure is really well for what it is. It just brings a new suit into anybody's collection. The next minifigure we're going to be looking at is Iron Spider-Man. Again, this is another minifigure that I think works really well. This minifigure unfortunately does not have dual molding for either the arms or the legs, and we've seen that on other sets, especially for Spider-Man, that it's dual molded. That is, that it has two plastic colors on either the legs or the arms. However, the print for this minifigure is actually really good. Again, the accents of gold, the blue printing, the web printing looks really well. We're gonna see it now without the legs for the Iron Spider, so we can take a look at the back printing. And again, I actually really like the back more than the front of Spider-Man's body, and you can also see that the head is has really good printing as we've seen before. The next minifigure is Doctor Strange. For me, this is my favorite minifigure in this set, mainly because of the detailed prints of Doctor Strange's clothing in both the torso and the legs. Unfortunately, I wish it had more printing, as it is lacking any type of prints on either of Doctor Strange's arms. We also get two face prints in its head, one of a stern look and the other one of anger. I also think that the hairpiece does a great job to represent the movie's version of Doctor Strange. As you can see, it has white on the black hair. The back of this minifigure also has detailed printing as well. The cape is made of soft cloth and the top of hard cloth. Overall, this minifigure looks great and translated well from the movie into Lego form. The next minifigure that we're going to take a look at is the first of the two villains in this set, Ebony Maw. And while having seen the movie not so long ago, I can also say that this minifigure, that this character translates well. It's taller and slimmer in the movie, but there's nothing that you can do with Lego. The only thing that you can do is have detailed printings, and I think the face on both sides of the head and the printing on the clothing looks really well for this minifigure. And the last minifigure is the Call Obsidian. He is a big minifigure like Hulk or Thanos. He's it's a okay minifigure. It doesn't have that much printing. But head of the minifigure, the pose, of course, is what you get from most of the other ones. You have articulations on the arms and on the hands, so you can put these two hammers, which in the movie is actually one, but I think it translates really well to two. So this minifigure, it's not great, but again, it's a good addition, especially with this set. And finally, we have the action attachments for the minifigures to show their superpowers or their powers. I'm not a big fan of them, but I'm sure that the younger audience will find it really cool to play with those little attachments and those little pieces. Again, like I mentioned before, the fact that this set has a really nice build with two sides, one side being the Sanctum Sanctorum and the other side being Peter Parker's apartment on top of a pizzeria. I think that it makes this build a good addition to anybody's town, and if you want to do a little bit of a mock, a little bit more of an addition, you can do it and it will work really well. But again, this is a really good build. We'll start taking a look at the Sanctum Sanctorum on its first floor on the outside. The address is 177A Bleecker Street. We have the second floor, which has a really nice front. And we have the third floor, which has the really nice circular window that we've seen in the movie and in Doctor Strange's movie as well. I think that detailing is done really well. You will, in a little bit, you will see how it really, you can combine it with some other modular buildings and it will look really, really well. The second part that we're going to look at is the middle or the corner side of this building, and it has a detachable piece so that you can either close the building or you can open it completely so that both sides are side by side. Both fronts of the buildings are side by side. I really don't like to do it this way because I think that if you put it in a corner, you can see both of the buildings a little bit better and you know they can stand on themselves. But again, it's up to you however you want to display it in your town. And we also have the second side, which we can see Pepe's Pizza at the bottom of Bleecker Street, and you can see the second floor for Peter Parker's apartment with the emergency ladders, and the third floor. As you can see, it has several red Technique pieces. Those are the ones that are gonna show the action features that this set has. Again, the detailing on the set of the building is really nice. I do enjoy this building because it has the bricks, and I think that it looks really, really well, and it's really well designed and really well done. Here's the piece on the corner. As you can see, it's a really small piece. It has a green trash can with a bone inside. You can also see there's a piece of pizza on the floor, 3 boxes, and there is a newspaper stand, which is actually a really nice build, and it has a really nice Easter egg with a picture of what you can say that is Daredevil, which of course is not included in this set. It has 3 pieces with a sticker of a newspaper, so 3 newspapers as if they were rolled. This little corner set piece, little build, it also has a spider web with a cell phone, and you can change the spider webs to either side. Now let's take a look at the inside of Peter Parker's apartment and the pizzeria. The first floor, we have the pizzeria with a brick oven, meat for the shawarma, a pizza, a register, and a fire extinguisher. The second floor contains Peter Parker's apartment with a nice desk and computer, which are really nice builds, along with the lamp and some boxes. The third floor has Peter's bed as well as some leftover pizza. And at the top we have the roof, which has a nicely built water tower, which is a staple of many of New York's buildings. And now we have the Sanctum Sanctorum side of this build, which occupies all 3 floors. I personally don't like that door at the entrance, it looks very simple, but I do enjoy the build for the green sofa. On the second floor we have some nicely built bookshelves, a treasure chest, and some stickers on the wall depicting stuff like the router. And on the third floor we have the nicely printed circular window piece, the one that Hulk landed onto when he was sent to, for Doctor Strange's sanctum, as well as more bookshelves and a desk with a lit candle. Very detailed site, and I do like it overall. And now let's take a look at the first action feature that this set has. As you can see there, we have the Technic pieces that were put in there so that you can push them through the wall, and that sends Spider-Man or Iron Spider flying into the air. And then with a very nicely built water tower, you can bring Spider-Man up, crawling through the wall, and put it again on top. The second action feature comes in the form of Peter Parker's window, the window that's on the third floor next to his single bed. As you can see, we have some Technic pieces that are going to be the ones to push the window out with the help of the lever that we have on the side that has the spider web. And so all you need to do is pull the lever down and the window will pop out of its place. The third action feature that we're going to look at also is part of Peter Parker's third floor apartment. And as you can see, we also have Technic involved, and once you pull the little piece, the floor will open, and whatever you have on top of it, in this case we have the villain, it will definitely fall to the second floor of Peter's apartment. As you can see, nothing looks suspicious from the inside, and this is really one of the, I would say, the only feature that you can play from the inside. The other ones are for the outside. And now let's take a look at the fourth action feature, which is my favorite. It's concealed behind that nice bookshelf that has the minifigure, golden minifigure at the top. It also works with Technic pieces. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn the Technic piece, and the side of the wall is gonna pop out, and it's gonna reveal where the time stone for the Infinity Stones is hidden at. And this is one of the stones that several of the sets had. And the fifth action feature involves the pizzeria and the pizzeria's main window, which has a really nice decal. As you can see, again, Technic pieces are involved. The red Technic piece is on the front. You push it and the window pops out. And finally, let's take a look at the Sanctum Sanctorum's building next to some modulars. The pet shop and the Braston buildings, both of which are part of the pet shop modular set, are both 16 by 32 studs. The Sanctum is also 16 studs wide, which would make it perfect to fit in with other modular buildings. However, the attachments to either side of the building and the pieces that allows it to open and close would need to be removed and replaced if you plan on placing this set along with other buildings, or else, as you can see, there will be a gap. Also, although all these buildings are 3 stories high, you can clearly see that this sanctum would need major improvements in order to make it look on par with modulars. However, you can place it as is on a base plate, add sidewalk and other accessories, and it would look and fit in very well. What else can I say about this set? I really like it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed building it. I enjoyed displaying it. I enjoyed taking pictures, taking the video. I really enjoyed it. I think that this set is a great deal for the original price. I think that it had enough pieces. I think that it was really well built, really well detailed. They could have gone with just the Sanctum by itself and just sell the set like that. But by adding a different side of the building, which is Peter Parker's apartment and the pizzeria, it adds a whole different new level of entertainment and enjoyment. This set, of course, the Sanctum is part of the first scene in Avengers Infinity War, and Peter Parker's apartment doesn't play a part of it. But again, it adds a whole lot more than you would expect from a regular set. It also doesn't try to be a modular, and it's not a modular, but it would fit really well with modulars or with your regular Lego City sets, of course, with minor adjustments that you can do. You can also try to make a mock out of it, which a lot of people have done. But I think that set as is, it's really good. It's really well. It's detailed. It's entertaining. It's enjoyable. You can play with it, and I will give it a rating of 5 bricks out of 5. It's really one of my favorites, like I've said before, from this theme, the Marvel superheroes. And honestly, it's better than many of the Lego City sets that we've had before. So if you can get a hold of it at a very decent price, it's very well recommended. You have the 5 minifigures, which are really good. You have this building, and if you cannot, well, try to build it by yourself with the pieces that you might have. You might be surprised of how much you can accomplish. Again, the instructions are on the Lego's website, so you should have no issues finding that. But again, it's a very nice set, well-rounded, enough for young or adults to enjoy it. And again, thank you for watching this video, giving a like, comment, subscribing, and again, see you next time.